There's a beautiful wind out here today. I'm hoping it's not going to disrupt the audio too much, but my skin is certainly appreciating it because it's been a rather hot day today, and I really do appreciate it when the evenings are cooler because it absolutely cools you down, but it also provides that beautiful contrast of remembering that you don't want to be too hot, but you also don't want to be too cold, and that actually, in the words of Goldilocks, the weather needs to be just right for it to be the most enjoyable. I've been thinking about how oftentimes in life, it's not a case of you being behind, you're just early. A lot of us have thoughts about the way this society should function, in the way that it should evolve and be structured. And oftentimes, it's not structured in the way that we believe it to be so. We believe it to be structured in a foundation of love and positivity and enjoyment and courage and hard work and loyalty, with a deep understanding of basic human connection. When the reality is we live in a world that's very divided, full of hate, full of negativity, full of anger, frustration, despair. And we can feel very behind in life because we don't immerse ourselves in that world. And we think that we're the odd ones out. We think we're behind. But oftentimes you're not behind, you're just early. For example, Martin Luther King was despised when he was doing his powerful speeches, because that wasn't the current state of affairs at the time. The world was a more harsh, unloving place. But he preached love. He preached goodness, kindness, compassion, empathy. But as a result, he was hated, mocked, and ultimately taken out. Rosa Parks was despised for having the courage to stay seated. And I think that a lot of us can feel the same. We can feel like we're very behind and that the world doesn't understand the way that we see it, the way that we see ourselves, the way that we think it should be. But oftentimes, we are simply early and not behind. We're early. We know the world should be different. We know the world should be more green, full of immense enjoyment, human connection and happiness. But the media states otherwise. The news states otherwise. And as a result, the people are angry, scared, frustrated, and frankly pissed off with the world, with society. And you and I can't fit in that world. We feel like outcasts, but we're not. We're just early. Things will get better. The world will become better. It's already fantastic now, if you know where to look. But I want to promise you something. You're not behind in life. You just see it in a way that others don't, and that's fine. Doesn't make you special. Makes you unique. Doesn't mean that others are flawed. Doesn't mean that others are stupid. It just means that they fit in to the world easier than you do. And in many ways, for them, that's an absolute blessing. That is something to rejoice over. But I get it. I get that you think that the world should be different. I get that you think the world should be a place where you can feel fully immersed. But it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you're just early, not behind. You know, I've had many friends over the years where I've spoken to them about kindness and love, self-care, self-acceptance, self-appreciation. and they would laugh at me for it, especially when we were a little bit younger in our high school and college years. And now as we're getting older, they ask more questions. They seem to get into it a little bit more. And we talk about it often. And they really appreciate it. Just like, for some reason, I always have done. And now I realize that I wasn't behind in life. I was just a bit early. And that is not me taking any pride or speaking to you from an egoic perspective that I had some magical secret that other people weren't aware of until later in life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that sometimes in life, you're not behind, you're just early. I want to urge you to keep being yourself, even if you feel like you don't fit in. I want you to keep being strong. I want you to stay committed to your character. Even if that character seems out of place or seems like they belong in a different book. There's a lovely saying which is, "He who plants a seed knowing he will never see the tree has understood life." And I want to leave you with that. Keep being kind, keep being loving, keep being empathetic, keep speaking to the quiet one in the corner of the room when they don't feel included. Don't be afraid when the world turns against you. Because while we might not fit into this world right now, one day our thoughts, suggestions, and actions will create a ripple effect into the future that will be immensely grateful for you remaining strong. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. I hope this helped and provided you with some comfort. If it did, please like the video, it really helps the channel and it lets me know how many people are watching and liking. Please leave a comment below if you'd like to add to the conversation. Subscribe if you're new. I make a couple of videos every single week just like this, but I also create a short Monday to Friday, just a quick 20-30 second video to provide you with some daily positivity. Thank you for watching again. The air is so fresh and crisp up here. It's immensely enjoyable. I wish you could see the cows. There's about, gosh, I don't know, 30, 40 cows below me here. Doing their thing. God bless.